What's going on, guys? So unfortunately, I don't remember who it was exactly that had came in the comments in one of my videos sometime last week and said, Rochas Homme Aromatic Touch is at FragranceNet for 36 bucks or 35 bucks or whatever after coupon code. So naturally, I jumped on and bought it because I'm a huge fan of the original. The original is one of the best affordable blue fragrances out there. It's like Dolce & Gabbana K reworked to be incredible because it has some similarities to it, juniper and geranium dominant up top, but so much more going on. Quality comes across a little bit better, and it's actually cheaper overall. So this is some big shoes to fill. I don't remember the notes exactly. I just rolled with it. I knew I wanted to try it, and for sub 40 bucks, I was like, buy now. Let's roll with it. So let's bust this bad boy open, see what it smells like. We'll check the notes, see if it makes sense to me versus what I'm smelling, and see if this thing is something you should even look at, or should you just stick to this one. Stay tuned. So here we go. Same bottle style, cap's coming off. But we have a black cap with the green bottle. The green bottle looks good if you compare it side by side with the blue. It's a good combination. If I was a betting man, I would say the next bottle is probably going to be red. But let's give it a spray. There's a black dot atomizer, as you can see here. Is there anything different about this atomizer? No, the same thing, black atomizer. So let's give it a spray. You heard that pressure come out because I'm at altitude. Two good sprays, really drench my hand in it. Comes across very earthy. Out in the air it did. Up close, it's got a little bit of a spiciness going on. Let me fan some of this perfumer's alcohol off a little bit more. It is a lot of aromatics. It has like a clary sage, like green aromatics. Aromatic touch. So it's an appropriate name in the opening, I'll say. It's a heavy aromatic smell. I want to say there's still a juniper berry smell here. But a lot of like green feel to aromatics. Like I'm pretty confident there's clary sage in here. And some other green tones. Pretty hefty dose of woods too. I'm quite curious on what the notes are, because like I said, I've looked at them before. I just don't remember them specifically. It smells good, but it's not. The opening doesn't strike me as good. It's not as good in the opening as this one. It doesn't smell exactly the same, but there are a little bit of similarities. Like I really think there's still juniper in here. And it's still heavily featured like it is with the original Rochas Homme. There's a nice little undertone of green spice. Now when I say I don't find it's as good, that's because I think this is great. That doesn't mean I think this is bad. I just think it's not as good. That's all. It does smell nice. It's very green. There's a little earthy tone here. There's a touch of spice. Let's pull these notes up. Okay. Pulled up iFragrance Official. Let's see. Read more. General information. Let's see. Homme Aromatic Touch is the aromatic variation of Homme Rochas EDT. So it is supposed to tie directly to it, as a flanker should, a real flanker. A masculine, elegant, and modern fragrance with an irresistible woody touch, definitely get a lot of woods. An aroma with color that does not go unnoticed. Okay. The new Aromatic Touch features top notes of pineapple, apple, and incense. I don't really get a ton of pineapple or anything. I can smell the apple though. Incense, that's that kind of the earthy tone. Mid notes feature geranium, so there's the relation to the original. And patchouli, there's more earthy green. Base notes of sandalwood, ambroxan, and cedarwood, so a lot of wood. And I guess the ambroxan is one of the aromatics here. It's got something making it a little spicy, and based on these notes, there's nothing really that spicy here. Geranium can come off a little fresh spicy sometimes, but not really. I don't get a heavy dose of pineapple or anything. Like, I'm surprised that pineapple is in the notes. Apple makes sense, though, but it's not a heavy dose. It's the little touch of freshness that actually is here, because this is not a very fresh fragrance. The original's fresher than this, which when you hear the name Aromatic Touch, you would probably think it's going to be very fresh. No, it's a heavy dose of aromatics, and it's very earthy, but not too dirty. When I say earthy, it's because, this makes sense. Patchouli and incense, that's going to give a bit of a more earthy tone. The cedar here has a little bit of a sharpness to it. The sandalwood's starting to stand out a little more. It's getting a little creamy now that it's starting to settle down. I like this. I don't love this. Definitely going to do a full review on this one and really see how it changes. First impressions are one thing. Full wearings, that gives more of the story. That paints the picture a bit better. This is nice, though. It is nice, but you got to remember, I'm comparing it to the original. Because the original's super good, It is getting better and better as it dries, though. That opening was kind of, not all over the place, but it was a little confusing. Because like I said, I don't get any pineapple. I'm very surprised that pineapple is one of the notes on the top. I do like the incense feel, though. It offers a darkness without being too smoky. It's clearly smoky, but not too smoky. It provides kind of this mysterious aura, and it's still very aromatic at the same time without being loaded down with clary sage and lavender. I thought for certain that clary sage was going to be in this fragrance. It smells like it. The way the notes are composed, it comes across that way. Getting a little bit soapy. Probably the ambroxan. It is changing. It is changing, and it is getting better. I bet the dry down's really gonna boost this thing's character. Let's give it a rating. So I have to do my best to be unbiased and take this out of the equation completely, because that's where I'm messing up. That's where I'm failing, in my opinion, is I'm comparing it too much to the original. Though there is a resemblance here, there are some notes that tie it together, and a little bit of the aroma does have a similarity. But overall, this is a much more dark, green, slightly earthy type of fragrance, and it's much more woody. Aromatic Touch, it sounds like a lighter, fresher fragrance. That is not the case. Aromatic is accurate. Touch kind of comes across like it's going to be softer. It's not a softer fragrance. It is, the ambroxan's starting to come out more. If you don't like ambroxan, you still may find something you like about this fragrance. It's definitely something you should try if you're skeptical about ambroxan, because it is detectable. I do smell it the more it dries, but it's not a bomb. Don't think Dior Sauvage or anything like that. I do like it more and more as it dries. I do think this is very good, just not quite as good as the other. That's where I messed up. Because if I would have never pulled that out and not compared it between the two and just looked at this as an individual, I think I wouldn't have been saying, oh, it's this, oh, it's that, and sound like I'm coming across in a negative manner, because I don't mean to, because it doesn't smell bad at all. It smells very good, actually. I think this is a 7 out of 10 fragrance. This is a very good fragrance. I do like this quite a bit. And anybody that likes more earthy green fragrances that kind of have enough freshness to really set the tone and balance the fragrance really well is probably going to like this. I'm not sure how many bottles they still have, because normally when they're getting low on FragranceNet, it'll say hurry up, however many bottles left by the price. I'm not sure. Actually, let's take a quick second to look at the recording of this, what it is for you guys. Okay, so unfortunately, at the recording of this, it is sold out. I'm looking on there. It's sold out from FragranceNet, unfortunately. But be on the lookout. It's starting to hit discounters. I paid $35, $36, something like that, before taxes. It was sub $40 price point for this 90 ml, and it does smell really good. I do really like this one, just not as much as the original. And until next time, do me a real quick favor, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. I do appreciate all the feedback, and I love hearing from you guys. How many of you tried either one of these? What do you think about the original? I'm definitely a gigantic fan. And the more I smell this, the more and more I'm a fan of Aromatic Touch. I think it is a very good green aromatic that's got some earthy nuances with just enough freshness to where it's not too dark. It's a little mysterious and dark, but not too dark. This is actually quite nice. And until next time, I will say, if you get your hands on Rochas Aromatic Touch and you give it a spray now, you might end up thanking me later. Have a good one, guys.